So last summer and the summer before that, I was affected enough to sit in day after day, depressed and afraid and kind of terrorized by ham operators, shortwave radio operators. You know, I don't hear voices in my head, it's in my ear. My boyfriend's heard it, other neighbors have heard it. There's really no stopping these scumbags because while there are limits on, signal strength and whatnot for ham operators in Manhattan, and trust me, they're all over Yorkville because Yorkville, aka Storkville, where they'll take your ideas to flight and go notarize them on 80th Street, I think it is, at the 24-hour on-call notary public before you get a chance to put your idea out there into the world. Um, Storkville's full of, I'll just say it, scumbags. It's a neighborhood full of scumbag writers, but really they're not writers. They just steal somebody else's idea. And, the thing is, they'll never. I've posted on here, I've told you people you can contact me for a writing partner and I'll just let bygones be bygones, but I've actually got myself a sole proprietorship. And I've been posting ideas on YouTube. That way, if somebody takes them, guess what? I can sue you for plagiarism. I also, everything I've written, I have photographed in 3 different phones and time stamped since December 23rd of last year, 2017. There's been all sorts of fights on our street because a neighbor approached me. This has happened about 15 times in the last 3 years and said, all you have to do is be quiet. You don't have to sing song for these people and give out idea after idea after idea to be okay. She goes, I can hear what's going on. I live right across the street for 10 years, Michael. Your boyfriend's Nathan. She gave me her name, but I'm not going to say it because I don't want her to be tortured. She went, this whole block got tortured. She goes, remember the trash trucks and the ambulances all day long? Day after day after day. She goes, I'm not a writer or one of your palagerizers, but I know that was for you. No one on this block hates you. She goes, in fact, you ought to stay here because everybody loves a comeback. She even went as far as to say you need to sue your landlord for non-livable conditions and have them renew your lease because they're trying to make you homeless. She goes, and by the way, they've gotten dozens, if not 100 calls from all of us telling them how well you're doing. I walked out of here 3 years ago and I felt like the most hated person in New York. I got myself together and I was still an addict at the time. Couple days sober, and I put on a nice suit and I went for a job interview at Ricky's, which is beneath me. And the crew in there, it was all a stunt. It was the saddest moment of my entire life. I got a call from Tiara at Ricky's on 74th and 2nd? And she goes, hi, is it Michael? I'd like to have you come in for an interview. When I got there, her name wasn't Tiara, it was Kiara. And I stood there for about 30 minutes with them all just staring me down. Then I said, I'm going to go get some coffee. And she goes, it's a good idea. And I left. And I got home and there was a copy of my internet resume from Indeed that somebody had ripped into pieces and thrown in the hallway. Welcome to bullying for grown-ups. They'll do everything possible to keep you down, keep you broke. They'll bribe everyone, everywhere you go, to hack your phone, hack your life, destroy, hurt, mock, isolate, torture. You know what? Fuck all of you. Because creatively, I'm thriving. And I'll bet none of these big, disgusting bullies who probably all look like Jabba the Hutt behind their ham operator, their computer, could hold any of the positions I've held at Barney's, Bendel's, Frederick Fekkai, Ted Gibson, I worked in money market accounts at Commerce Bank. They all get probably less than minimum wage to irritate me for Hollywood or for writers' clubs. You're all a bunch of jokes. I'm laughing at you. Grow up.